Hello dear students and welcome to our English class. Today's lesson is writing. So please get your student books ready, pages 49, and let's discover what we are going to write today. Remember, you can pause the video anytime to do an assigned task or to answer a question. By the end of this lesson, students will be able to recall a problem that they have faced by responding to two questions, analyze a prompt by answering a set of questions, identify key features of an informal email through analyzing a model, compose an informal email after brainstorming ideas. Let's get started. Have you ever faced a problem before? How did you feel about that? Pause the video for a while and try to think about these two questions. Let's share answers. Yes, interesting. I once borrowed my sister's laptop and I spilled coffee on it. I felt really sorry about that. Anybody else? Yes, I was in charge of submitting the science project on behalf of my team. Unfortunately, I forgot and felt guilty about that for the whole term. Yes, another person? I always take the lion's share of work. So I once complained about a colleague at work and he got fired. Now, whenever you face a problem, who do you rely on for advice and help? Pause for a while and think. Yes, can I have your answers? I asked my parents for help and advice. Good. Also, my teachers are always there for me. And I usually rely on my friend for help and advice. Excellent. Move to your student book, page 49. Read the following prompt and highlight the key words. Pause the video for a while and do the task. Okay, let's share answers. What are the key words in this prompt? Excellent. The first word is problem. Also, an email is a keyword. Besides, friend, an advice, state your problem, excellent, and describe how you feel, and finally, ask for advice. Good job. Now read the prompt again and answer the following questions. What will you write? Second question, who is going to read your writing? Third question, why will you write it? Here I'm asking about the purpose of writing. And the last question, what style will you use? Formal, semi-formal, or informal? Now pause the video and answer the questions. Let's share answers. So the first question, what will you write? Certainly you will write an email. Very good. Second question, who is going to read your writing? Excellent. My friend. Very good. Now, third question. Why will you write it? Excellent. Of course, to state a problem, to describe how you feel, and to ask for advice. Very good. Now, the last question. What style will you use? Excellent. You are going to use informal style since you are going to write an email to a friend. Let's move to analysis. Read the following email and answer the questions. First question, how does the writer start the email? Second question, what does the writer do in the second part of the email? And third question, how does the writer end his email? Pause the video. Read the email and answer the three questions. Ready to answer? Excellent. Go ahead. Let's start with the first question. How does the writer start the email? Yes, this is the first part of the email and the writer starts with the salutation, Hi Ed. Then he greets the receiver, How are you? After that, he gives the reasons for writing. I've got a problem and I need your advice. Now let's move to the second question. What does the writer do in the second part of the email? Here is the second part of the email, and the writer starts with stating the problem. I borrowed my brother's new bike. A friend of mine asked for my bike and I let him take it. Then, when he returned it, there was a problem with the brakes. After that, he expresses feelings about what he did. It was thoughtless of me. And finally, he asks for advice. What should I do? Good job. Let's move to the third question. How does the writer end his email? Here is the last part of the email. Excellent. He uses friendly closing. Then, signing off by his name, yours, Liam. Remember, my dear students, that while writing an email to a friend, a relative, or a family member, use the informal style. For example, you can use informal expressions or contractions, which is the short form of the verb. You can also use the first name or the nickname of the person you are writing to, or your own name or nickname. You may also ask direct questions. Now, read the email and underline examples of informal language. Pause the video and do the task. Let's share answers. What are the examples of informal expressions? Yes, you have the expression hi and write back soon. Excellent. Now, examples of contractions. Excellent. I've got and I haven't told. Very good. Now, using the first name or the nickname. Excellent. You have Ed and Liam, her first name. Now, examples of asking direct questions. Very good. How are you? And what should I do? Excellent job. While writing the email, how would you state the problem? Pause the video and think about the question. You can use the speaking activity of page 49 to find expressions and phrases that help you state the problem. Let's share answers. Yes, you can say, for example, I've just lost my job because I was late every morning. Good. Or, I was playing online games on my friend's computer and it got a virus. Or, I complained about a colleague at work and he got fired. How would you express your feelings about the problem you have already stated? Pause the video and try to answer the question. Remember, my dear students, that you can always use phrases and expressions from the speaking activity, page 49. Let's share answers. How would you express your feelings? Excellent. You may say, I really regret doing that. I didn't mean to. Good. Or, I don't know what I was thinking. Excellent. Or, I've got no excuse for my behavior. You may also say, that was thoughtless or careless of me. Now we reach the last stage of the main part of the email, which is asking for advice. So how would you ask for advice? Pause the video and think. And remember, you can always use expressions from the speaking activity, page 49. Let's share answers. Yes, you may ask for advice by saying, what do you suggest? Or, what do you think I should do? Or also, what should I do? Excellent. You may also ask, what would you do in this situation? Good job. Before you start writing, remember, my dear students, that your email should be composed of 3 main parts. In the first part, you're going to start with the salutation, then greeting, and reasons for writing. The second part, you will state the problem, then express feelings, and ask for advice. The last part of your email, you will use a friendly close, then sign off by your name. Don't forget to develop your ideas into a coherent email, and remember that you should use the informal style. Now it's time to write. While writing, make sure you use the informal style. You can use, for example, informal expressions such as hi, hello, write back soon. Or you may also use names and nicknames, for example, Ed, Bill, Liam, Sam. You can use contractions, for instance, I'm, your, his, or wasn't. Also, it's possible to remove the subject at the beginning of the sentence as a sign of informal style. For example, hope you're fine or feel so sad about that. You can always use direct questions. For example, how are you? What should I do? Now that you have finished writing, let's make sure that you respected the layout of an informal email. In the first part of your email, you're going to start with the salutation, for example, hi Bob, then greeting, hope you're fine. After that, introduce the reasons for writing, I'm in trouble and I need your advice. In the second part of your email, which is the main part, you're going to state the problem. For example, you can say, last week I was extremely exhausted. I went to the manager's office and complained about the amount of work and mentioned the fact that my colleague wasn't assuming responsibility. So, I had to do the lion's share of work. Unfortunately, yesterday my colleague got fired. After that, you're going to express feelings about the problem. I really regret doing that. I didn't mean to cause him any harm. And finally, you will ask for advice. You can say, for instance, what do you suggest to solve this problem? In the last part of your email, you're going to use a friendly close, for instance, write back soon, and then sign off by your name, yours, Sam. Remember, my dear students, that while writing, you have to use the informal style. So you can use informal expressions such as hi or write back soon. You may also use the first name or the nickname, like Bob or Sam. You can always remove the subject at the beginning of a sentence as a sign of informal style, like in this sentence, hope you're fine. Also, you may use contractions, for example, I'm or wasn't or I didn't. Besides, you may use direct questions. What do you suggest to solve this problem? Excellent job, dear students. Thank you very much for being outstanding.